Hello everyone. How are you? Hopefully everyone's good. Tell me if you can't hear me, because I'm just working out how to figure out everything. Hello Tamanna, how are you? Hello Butchera, how are you? What is your questions? Hi JJ. Empress of Love says next actions of Sagittarius towards you. Well, it looks like they really care about you a lot. So if you could see all of those. Queen of Swords, this must be you. Empress in reverse and Temperance in reverse. Now, this is chaos, actually. This is the chaos and lack of creativity. What would I say to this? There's some really good things coming towards you with this Sagittarius, but there's kind of things that you're disregarding, whether or not this is actually good for you. Firstly, there seems to be a fear-based attachment with this person, which I would suggest letting go of. Letting go, like being slightly detached. And this possibly is the Temperance and the Empress in reverse. So it could be just that they're chaotic elements and their lack of creativity is rubbing off on you, which I would suggest like letting some of this kind of wash over you, because you can't change a person unless they want to be changed. But they really care about you. Two of Cups, a soulmate card here, and they're very eager to get on to that. Yeah. So it looks like they really care, but you might need to just give them a little bit of space. Celine says, hi dear, will he, my ex, realize the wrong decision by the end of this month? You have 4 cups, so this person doesn't see you as an option. I don't think they'll realize. They're your ex for a reason, Celine. So, move on. Tamanna says, current feelings in Naveed. Sorry, that just came out. Okay, so King of Wands and Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, these kind of, you can kind of go, oh yeah, is this self-love plus entertaining themselves. So that's but I always think it's interesting because I read these things as Queen of Cups, very emotional. In reverse means that they tend to rely on the King of Wands for their emotions. And this King of Wands is relying on the Queen of Cups for all their interaction energy. Now, Wands are very... they need a whole tribe to keep them, like, entertained. And if they have someone, especially Queen of Cups, which is quite introverted, and they kind of suck all their batteries out, then the Queen of Cups obviously is going to be emotionally upset. She's not going to feel like the King of Wands really cares about her a lot. Because, yeah. So this is the current feelings for both of you. The question here is that he's trying to figure out whether or not he wants to commit long term. And this is kind of interesting because there is a life decision card that he's not making life decision yet. But life is good for him. So I think that you kind of let him get away with a lot of things. Yeah, so he might just keep on being a little bit more like a a bachelor not committing until you like sometimes pull the plug on him because he likes it. It's a very good relationship, but you're not getting everything that you want from that, Tamanna. JJ, what messages are coming through? Oh my god. I'm glad that I have, like, the cloth is actually on my knees to actually, well, I'm wearing a dress, guys, but, so it's actually covering my legs, but at the same time, that was Knight of Swords in reverse in this one. So, JJ, Knight of Swords in reverse, you've got some very chaotic energy. Like, you are needed to burn some energy off. There's just so much excessive energy coming from you right now. And it's not good to have this much energy without an outlet. And also that the one thing that's coming through for this card is tidy your room. I don't know why it's tidy your room, because like yeah, like this seems like prosperity, but maybe it's just help with the chaotic energy, JJ. Unfortunately, I don't know why it's like clear your room, but maybe it's like the Bill Gates thing where it's like don't point fingers until you clean your own room. Shipley says, who will be my future spouse? Oh my god. Those came out. Okay, so there seems to be a life decision that's not coming towards you. Shipley, there's also, the weirdest thing is that you're not taking a path right now that you need to. But there is a feminine card here, Queen of Swords. So this, if you're not feminine, this is the person that you will meet. And this person actually really, Queen of Swords is really interesting because she's really intelligent. Very much like she's able to get what she wants. What would I say? A little bit more alpha energy. Someone that actually is very much in their own power. But Two of Swords here means, in reverse, means that you haven't made a life choice. It could possibly be that you don't like this kind of woman. And if you keep kind of pushing this away, you won't get towards that person. If this is the divine feminine for you and you identify as being feminine, this is who you need to be for that. So who knows, but I feel like you might not like that woman, like that type of woman yet, and you have to kind of realize that she will make your life interesting. She will complete you even if you don't particularly like that kind of energy. Will I get first rank in my second term exam? The cards are telling you to focus more on the present, actually. So they are telling you that you might be seeing too much into the future and not concentrating on what you can do now about this. So I would say that you really need to focus on just eating your bowl of porridge and not waiting for the future. So work on your porridge and then work on your future, llama. Butra says, I'm moving to this new house. Going to be any positive changes in my life? Well, firstly, this came out, which was actually really interesting, because this is 9 of Cups in reverse. Now, this usually is a good card, but in reverse, it means that you might be taking a lot more than you're giving a partner. It's like it's a close relationship, so it's usually like a partner or a spouse or someone, and you're thinking just solely on yourself, and you're not actually opening up to what they want to do or how they perceive things. An Ace of Wands, which actually in normal times means that you're actually close to getting what you want, but Ace of Wands in reverse means to reconsider what you want. So it could be that you're just unhappy because you feel like your needs are not getting met, but you aren't really thinking about like how lucky you are to have all these good things. You're actually concentrating too much on what other people have and not about what you have, because you're quite lucky, Butra. You just need to see it for what it is. Hey, Yajna. I want to know if Hitesh and I will be in a relationship soon this year. That seemed like something that came out. Okay. And that seemed like the right way up. I think that you'll be comfortable. I think that, yeah, you'll probably get this person because it seems like you'll be very comfortable in this one. So I feel like you'll be comfortable with your person, but it's also that you need to go back and work harder to try and get to not an impulse, because at the moment I think your approach is not seen by that person as being a good one. Okay. So yeah. Hello, Kristy. Okay. So it's Amsha. Hello, angelic general message guidance for me. Amsha's angels. Weirdly enough, those just jumped out. Sometimes the weirdest thing is when you're holding a card and it's like, no, don't put me back into the deck. And you're like, okay, fine. Okay. Oh my dear Lord. Okay, so they really wanted to talk to you. I think you haven't done this in a while. Okay. So they're telling you to save your money because you will be moving in the future. You actually have to accept an offer that was coming through that will kind of make you more happy. And you've got to stop thinking about what other people say to you or what they think, because they might be sitting there going, don't move, don't do this, don't do that. Tell them to, like, the thing is that they treat you very much like you're still a child, and they condescend you a lot, which is possibly why your high priestess is in reverse. Means that you're not actually getting you where you want to, because it is to do with moving and growing, and a lot of people around you don't want you to move and grow. So I would suggest that you save your monies and get out of that. So it was kind of a simple message, but there's a lot of stuff that seems the same when you're saying the same thing. It's just repeated. So Neha says, hello, the person to talk to me yesterday was serious with me. Well, we're getting the King of Wands in here, so I would say that they're pretty serious. Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. 2 kings and 1 knight of wands. So interesting. These are 2 masculine energy cards, which kind of is weird. This usually means that I would say there's 2 people that like you. Not just one. Yeah. Interesting. A Knight of Wands. Both are pursuing you. So good luck with that. So yeah, I would say that they're pretty serious. Whoever's around is pretty serious. No worries, Empress of Love. Andrew says, a love reading for coming months. Do I see any potential relationships coming towards me the rest of it's interesting. There's a justice card. Also the Tower. Okay. So this is an interesting thing because you are being judged in some ways for your current actions. And you've got your Tower in reverse. So it could be that you possibly get back together with someone that's been in your past. Now, this is why the Towers are so interesting, is because usually it's the bit where like someone gets in a relationship and it goes too fast. And what happens is the relationship disintegrates almost overnight, because you haven't done the groundwork. You're seeing each other, but you're only seeing like the very superficial bit, and it's like the kind of, you're forcing it very, very quickly, and what happens is then something just disintegrates it. This seems like an interesting thing. It could be that you need to kind of reevaluate how harshly you judge other people, and then see whether you want to take this relationship back on. But if you think that it wasn't worth anything and you feel like you want to keep on being that kind of way, then this won't happen. But that's fine. You can always think, okay, I'll move on, because it didn't seem like there was big enough energy there for us to kind of cement in the relationship. So good luck with that. Srishti, after this, can you take a break of about 30 minutes? I will actually answer that, but we need to get through everyone. XT's thoughts. Oh, wow. Okay. Chaos. His thoughts are very chaotic. Okay, can we have a card for this? Why chaotic? It seems like we just have to deal with its chaos right now. This person seems like Shiroiji. Like, how would I explain this? Like, this person's thoughts seem kind of affected by something else. I don't know whether they do like drugs or they drink, but it seems like there's a bit, I would say, that they kind of have kind of used something. It might mean that they don't drink or they don't do drugs, but they've done something that takes them out of their mind. And this is why the thoughts are so chaotic at the moment. I hope that they come back, because at the moment they're just not there. DT says, will my mother remarry this year or next? How will be our compatibility? Well, it seems like they will really like and care about you, but they might also think that you are far more assertive, more demanding than I like. There might be some rough edges of you that they don't feel like like if you were their daughter, that they would think that you wouldn't marry because you are far too allowed. I don't know, like the words that you use aren't particularly traditionally feminine, so maybe they just are a little bit maybe too old to deal with some stuff. So yeah, they will care about you, they will like you, but they also sit there and go, oh my god, Aditi is never going to get married. She just doesn't talk to that. Okay, Silva says, when I meet my significant other, and if you can possibly share his qualities, and when we'll meet. Well, firstly, it's very interesting because you're actually going to get offered this relationship. So it could be that that person just walks up to you. Oh my dear Lord. All of these jumped out. Okay. Okay. I think this person's slightly older than you. Also, they possibly are going to be in a state of learning. I feel like they're somewhere that you're going to study, and they're older than you, and they're also going to be very focused on what they want. So you'll actually be offered this relationship, but then it's up to you to maintain that, because they're going to let go of that control and just wait for you to kind of mature, or they will just leave. They're really interesting because they have an idea that they really want to have kids. They're going to be very interesting because they're highly intelligent too. Business orientated, or very focused on what they want career wise. So yeah, I think that they'll be going up, so they'll possibly have some riches behind them. So I would say that they're going to be a little bit older than you, and they'll be very, very focused. So I'm a teen, and Angelo says, and I have hair loss. I did a relaxer. I don't know if it's that or genetic hair loss and perfect timing. Angelo, it's probably the relaxer, but I'll ask for you. Okay. It's possibly that you're under quite a lot of stress lately, and you're normally like quite an introverted person, but lately you've decided that you want to be part of the cool group, or part of a bigger group of people that are around you, and you're just trying too hard. And it might be just that it's not genetic, It's just more thinning because you're actually quite stressed at the moment. And I would suggest removing yourself from as much stress as possible, because you're quite, what would I say? You're quite relaxed as a normal person. So try and not put yourself in so much of a situation. It could also be that you're out in the sun and the relaxer has a little bit of a reaction to the sun at the start, possibly. Okay, so Ponemah says, Shishil Sharma, current feelings for Ponemah. Okay, so it could be that they are getting out of a phase, or is this for you or is it for them? Okay. Yeah, okay, this makes perfect sense. They want you to stop being such a relaxed person about things. You might be a little bit more of a person that tends to be like, oh, I don't know, like, not a ditzy, but you tend to be forgetful. You tend to leave your stuff everywhere. Like, you really don't have a particular, like, you're not tidy to a certain degree, and they're a little bit annoyed with that. They would like you to be more tidy, more orderly, more on time. They want you to kind of be more mature in your actions, because at the moment they see that you're very much not caring about a lot of things in the future. You just kind of do your own thing, and they're kind of annoyed and upset about that. Whether or not that's something that you really wanted to know right now, I'm sorry, but that's the case at the moment. So Sailing Lena says, what's coming towards me in love? Recently left a relationship. I'm a Virgo. Firstly, I think that there's a lot of heart healing to do, because I can see that you're really kind of angry with how this person treated you, and you don't want to be treated that way again. But I'll tell you right now that usually when we've left a relationship, that we have dealt with a lot of people before, we tend to treat people worse later on, because that's just the case. We're like, as soon as someone does something that kind of seems like the same as the last person, we're like, right, what are you doing? So maybe it's kind of like time to think about if this is okay, like this behavior, that you might be very triggered when it comes to people. Also, the Hermit's coming out for you, so you kind of retreated. After this happened, you kind of retreated. Your friends might have not known about like the breakup, or you just kind of like decided that you weren't going to talk to anybody and just went bye. So this is interesting. Knight of Cups in reverse. I think that there's a good relationship coming up, because obviously 10 of is this 10 of Pentacles? 9 of Pentacles, I'm very sure. But in general, it looks very good for you. in general. Knight of Cups, very focused. So it possibly is someone that you will have or you know through work. Yeah. And that you'll get along with. That they have a relationship with you somehow. And it'll be nice because I think that they'll treat you very nicely. And Charlie, love reading for coming months. Do you see I'm engaged or married with a potential person? May I know about him? Okay, so it's actually really interesting because you have some really good cards here. So Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the Empress. So I would say that next year you'll be engaged to be married, and you possibly will have a kid on the way at the end of this. So yeah, I think that you'll definitely have a year like this year that you'll get married, and you next year, not this year. That's way too soon. Next year. So, but there's also Temperance in reverse card. It's possibly to keep control over your emotions, because I feel like when you kind of get emotionally imbalanced, you kind of become kind of like this, very choppy. And it's telling you to control your emotions, but it looks good. I think that you'll know this person, I'm very sure, because you it's very fast to get engaged to someone that you don't know. Butcher, I already answered that. So Taspia says, what's the feelings of Marceline for me? The Magician in reverse, this and this. So they are deciding to invest in you or not invest in you, but they also don't really have any ideas about manifestation of this relationship. So they're possibly waiting on you to kind of show them who you are, because I don't think that they really know who you are, and so they're just sitting here growing the relationship, waiting to see who you are, whether you come out like, because most of the time, like, guys are just waiting for you to change, Taspia. Like, apparently we could just turn our emotions on and off. I was watching a particular video, and they're like, see, men, women can turn their emotions on and off. I was like, that's it, I'm leaving that video. I was like, no, we don't. It takes us a while to get there. What's up with any messages for my career, says Dr. Victor. Weirdly enough, we actually have the High Priestess and the Star back again. So it's actually saying that to just pour water on it. So take time to invest in stuff, but also realize that you're not going to manifest any tangible outcome for you. So there's no kind of innovation. There's nothing new for you. Just keep on doing your job, keep on doing it well, and it will come to you. Whatever is coming is going to come to you. But it's saying water your contacts, water is like grow grow your career, because at the moment it's saying that you possibly haven't got that. Feelings are rapid for me. Okay, so it's kind of weird. They're in a space of winter. Their heart is a little bit cold right now. It's winter in the UK, so it might just be that they're kind of a little bit apathetic to people right now, but they're also healing their heart. So it could be that they're just having a deal where they're not particularly feeling very much. For most people, it might not just be romantic relationships. It could just be that they're not feeling enough, but they're slowly healing whatever emotional kind of coldness that they have right now. So they should be coming back to you very soon, Pretzel. Thank you. My room is already clean. It's possibly my thoughts. I've been all over the place lately, mentally. JJ, what was coming to me was, what was it? Bill Gates' 12 rules, which says at the end of it is like, clean your room because you're pointing too many fingers at other people and you haven't done anything yourself. So it might not just be like physically clean your room, but it could be just like make sure that you're actually doing something about what you're wanting to do. Hi ma'am, how are you today? I'm good, thank you, Sultana. Does A communicate me this month in WhatsApp? I think that you're holding on to this person with a fear-based attachment, and it's saying let go. Most of the time we cling on to people far too much than they cling on to us, and sometimes it's good to just let go. And if they come back, they come back. If they don't, then they don't. It's just a fact of life. Srishti says, hello, Will Capricorn boy is single. Okay. He seems like he's on the table, yeah? If he's not completely single, he's going to be very single very soon. So you could possibly step him up very soon, I feel, Srishti. Rahul says, what's coming for me in October? Well, it says 2 of Cups, so there is a possibility of a romantic connection, or that your relationship, that is, if you are in a relationship, goes deeper. So that's a good one. Oh my dear Lord. Yeah. Also cooperation and communication. I don't think this is the thing. This might be just work, that you're working with other people and you start feeling like you're getting somewhere with the work and you're getting somewhere with your love life, which is actually quite good, where you kind of have that kind of, oh yeah, everything's working. So sometimes I'm like the person that sits there and goes, what if it's not working? What if it just falls down on me? Sometimes you could think of that. Hello, Volta. Okay, so Jace ST says, does this guy at work like me? He says he's taken but flirts with me. It's just possibly friendly. He's saying if there's something there, I would say that this person's like slightly a playboy. I would suggest like leaving him alone because he just tests everybody. Yeah. A little bit of playboy, I feel. Guiltless says, I would like to know when I'm going to meet your future boyfriend. So there's the world card. So it actually says that you'll need to go traveling to see this person or meet this person. Oh my god. Just yeeting everything off the table. You know, like my legs, see? If I move that closer, then you'll just see the keyboard. But anyway, don't worry, I have my legs covered. They're good. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be in spring. You'll actually go on a holiday or you'll go overseas for business and you'll meet this person then. So, good luck. Shrivam says, I failed in chemistry in Sem 5 and Sem 6, both semesters in and I send it in to be rechecked. Can I pass? I think you've got to let go of the I'm going to do this. Let go of the control that you have on this, and you also have to realize that you're going to fall no matter what, into what outcome. So it could be just that you'll pass, you'll scrape by, you'll get through this, but next time make sure that you study, because you possibly put yourself in this situation, Shivam, in the worst possible way because you didn't really think about, okay, I wouldn't pass. Hello, Miss Morris. Hello, Empress. Butcher, I already answered that. Volta, hello. How does Marcus feel towards me, says Empress. Okay. Well, firstly, he's really scared of losing you. Also, even if he said that he's not wanting to get into a relationship, he's struggling not to, like, naturally fall in a relationship. Weird. Okay, so... This guy is kind of weird because it seems like his heart is full already. And quite overly dramatic. It might be that there's been a part of his world that fell apart. Like, what would I say? Like a heartbreak, like a very strong heartbreak, or like a divorce. He might not be divorced, but it was really big to the point that he's kind of like taken his energy and detached it from relationships, even though he's really struggling and holding on to you. He might be just a person that doesn't stay single. So he could be like one of those people that can't exist without a relationship. So you've got to be a little bit careful of him because he holds on to things quite a lot. So possibly grudges or like, you know, those people that hold on to like a part of their history for a very long time, and doesn't accept a lot more of the energy that flows in. New sub Mo, attentions towards me, Miss Morris. Interesting. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I feel like you're fighting over someone, maybe. Like, there's two queens in reverse, so that kind of makes me figure that these must be two separate people. One of them is possibly you. Page of Wands in... So this kitty cat and this kitty cat. So it could be that this person is fighting between both of you. And there's just a natural clinging on to the death card. So it could be that you gotta leave this person to their own devices because they really haven't chosen who they want to be with. And they just have to naturally get to a point that they get over and move on because they're just like fluctuating between both of you. So I would suggest, like, even if they're like, oh yeah, like I really care about you, realize that they still have attachments. Well, attachment. Okay, so Dlnd says, hey Cass, will I be the brand winner earning more money in my relationship with AJ? That's interesting. Okay. Ace of Cups versus the Emperor. I don't think that you will. I think you get overworked quite easily. And you also feel like you're in a space that a lot of times you get overlooked for a promotion. And that's going to be weighing on you heavily. Yes, I'm very sure, like, if you kind of went and you looked around and you got scouted and you left, you'd probably be earning higher. But at the moment, I would say, unless you really move, because they're tasking you too much. And yeah, they're not really looking for you to be promoted. So I feel like at the moment, no. In the future, yes. If you moved, if you decided to go somewhere that had more money, yes. Hello, Shivan. Pretty says, did Ian miss our relationship? You might be overreaching what this person actually wanted in this relationship. You probably didn't mean as much as you wanted them to mean. Okay, can we have a clarification card? Because you've given me the kitty, but... So yeah, I don't think that you meant as much as you thought they were. And they were very focused on what they were doing. So you might have been like, oh yeah, but it's either work and me, and they just decided that their career or whatever they were doing was more important. Hello, Jules. Jules says, is there a chance, is Chance hiding something? Chance? Okay. I think you're looking way too much into this. Yeah. I think that you're kind of like picking up little things that they do and you're kind of jumping towards like conclusion without like really knowing. They're kind of emotionally withdrawing from you right now, and they also are looking for looking through their choices. So it could be that they are kind of shutting down to choose something. So if you're in a relationship with this person, I would suggest making sure that they know they're loved, because this is self-love and this is also options. Even though they don't choose the balls and they're kind of weighing their balls up without choosing anything, it could be that they're kind of deciding whether they want to leave this relationship with you. Sophie says, what are Kay's current feelings towards me? Okay. Kay's current feelings towards you. It's kind of weird because they feel stuck. And they're also focused. So it's weird. I always like go, like maybe my cat tarot is as kind of punny as me, and it's like it's stuck on you. They're stuck on you. They might be stuck on you but still distracting themselves with other things. So they might be like, oh no, like I'm thinking about Sophie, time to think about something else. So I'm thinking that's the case. So it's like you pop up in their head quite a lot. Aditi says, any place change coming? Hello, Akasha. Any place coming 2001 or 2002? Well, there is 2 of Cups here. Okay, so I would suggest that you know this person that you're moving in with. It could be that you have friends that have like a separate bedroom for you. Either that or this is a boyfriend. But it's like time to kind of grow what you want. So it could be a manifestation of where you want to live and just grow it. If there's like a particular place that you really want to go, kind of think in your head how you're going to get there. Aditi. But it seems like you will get there, because this seems like a really good place to be with someone that loves you. Yeah. So it might not be like a boyfriend, but this person really cares about you. Ponemah says, mother-in-law Sharma. Current feelings for you. It's weird because they're kind of holding on to they're kind of holding on to something that you've done. So they need to get over that. They need to kind of move on with how they feel about this thing. And it's okay. It's fine. It's just going to take them a while. So it might have been just something that you did, like burn toast or something like that. And they just need to get over it. They might need to just accept you as a daughter-in-law. So they just have to deal with that. They also see that you're not particularly... How would I explain this? Like, you don't keep the house like they want you to. Which is not really fair, because I don't think they even keep their house as much as they want to. But because you're a daughter-in-law, they kind of feel more justified in telling you what you've done wrong. So let them kind of come to you, because I think this death card will be that they finally accept a lot of things because they see that you make their son happy. So don't worry about it. Just keep on going, okay? Nina says, will I have a relationship or something with Chase? Srishti, after this, I will ask you to have another 30-minute break, just so other people can get that, and Ponemah as well, please. So, will you have a relationship or something with Chase? I think there will. There's love, joy, like joy celebrations there, communication, cooperation. There seems to be some really cute things coming to you. It feels like, what would I say, young love, which is very cute, because it's more like you've not forgotten how to play and you're not forgotten how to have fun. Including this guy in the background, this destroying the poles. Oh no. But yeah, I feel like you generally have some fun. Also very cute. There's two of the cats in both of those cards, so I think so. Shiroiji says, will I meet my future spouse through a matrimonial site? It's interesting because I think that you tend to take on what other people say. So I feel like this would be possibly matchmaker. So it's going to be someone that your family matches you with, or that you kind of get told to like have a blind date with. It seems like you'll enjoy this person because they'll see you as Queen of Swords, so they'll see that you're very intelligent. This is up to you to accept this one or not. So I think that in general, you've got to accept whether you want to take this on. And I would think that if it's right, you should take this on only if you feel that this person's right for you. Don't do it if you don't. But in general, I feel like you'll meet through people more than through a site. Aphrodite says, hey, I really want to know if I become a successful social media star. I want to know if I move to Los Angeles. Thanks, Angel. No worries, Aphrodite. If you're kind of taking that, weirdly enough, you have King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. So it seems like you'll be stuck for a little bit. I don't think that you'll be moving to LA anytime soon. And this is like a lack of finances, a lack of money. It could be that you both need to start up, because this is your counterpart. If this is not someone that you are dating quite now, you're both going to come into your own power. So this means that you'll both start up your own businesses, which is actually kind of positive, because that means that you're both working very hard on what you want to do. So I can't see like anything wrong with that. I feel like the universe is saying, look, do what you want. I think that you will get to a point through social media that you'll start making another product, that you'll start creating something else that will help. And this is possibly why you're both together on this, is you both have your own businesses, but you work together on one business. So I hope that helps you. Sagittarius, general reading and guidance for me, please. Okay, so the cards are telling you that you're mostly a big picture person, and it's telling you to kind of find down and narrow down what you want to believe. So it could be that you're kind of thinking too broad. And so when you're thinking, okay, I want this, I want that, I want the other, it's too big. So when we have too big of an idea, then we're always going to like not know how to carry it out. So the journey of 1,000 steps only starts with one, and you keep on going. So it could be just keep thinking about the next step. Also, to bring someone on board to share your ideas and your dreams with, which usually means it's interesting that this one here, it could be someone that can see a bigger picture that comes with you. And so therefore it could be that you're the planner, you're the doer, and this person is the one that goes, okay, right, I've got the money, I've got the contacts, let's do it. So you're actually the vision person, you're very direct, and this person comes in and helps you with the bigger picture of everything. Sagittarius, good luck. No worries, Anjali. Hi, Mary. Will I have some love soon? Thank you. No, thank you. Okay, so Chariot says that you're not moving anytime soon. There's no physical move. So it could be that the person, right, like there's a person, people close to you that you'll fall in love with. Can we have a clarifying card? Is there going to be a clarifying card for this? So it might be just like, it's like, no, don't worry. Okay, so this makes sense actually. So you have High Priestess in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Four of Cups. So it might be that you're never truly satisfied, Mary, about who you actually want to manifest. So when you actually see someone, you're always like, they're not good enough, there's like attributes that you don't like, and so therefore you get stuck in these kind of this space where you're not actually tangibly manifesting anything, but then you never see the options to manifest things. And the Chariot in reverse means that you're also stuck dating or in the space that you are. So it could be that you think that there's kind of better men somewhere else. I wouldn't doubt that, but I also think that you're kind of being mean about the people around you or the men around you. I think you've got to be very clear about what you want. So do you want to travel, and do you want to bring in someone? Because I think in general you're kind of thinking about, like, it's kind of like a romantic movie, and I kid you not, love is messy. It's like the messiest thing other than like maybe having a baby. I have had the first one, I haven't had a baby yet, so good luck. I feel sorry for my my kid. It's going to be interesting. Hello, Mickey. What's coming in love for me? Okay, so interesting. So Leha, so it's kind of interesting because you will get someone that's a hard worker, someone that really cares a lot about how they're seen. They work very hard for their money. They're possibly more practical person. They like that you are very fun, mischievous, a little bit more like, you know how to like flirt a little bit, Celia. So you kind of have this kind of cute grin, like something that you do, like there's a little bit of a smile, maybe a dimple, and they're just a full head first for you. So they might just see you on the street, and it might be just like you keep on walking past them every single day, and they notice every single day until they're just like, fine. I will go and ask her if I can have her number, because I always see her and she's so cute. Priyaka says, what are the energies of S towards me? Okay, this person doesn't know what they want to do. That they've got a life choice here that they have to make, and they're also very frustrated in general about people. And this is actually because they really haven't thought about how they are dealing with themselves. So it might take them a while. You've got to actually sit there and go, do I want to take this behavior that they're clearly displaying? And they're not making a life choice. So it could be just like walking away, because they're not going to take a life choice for you anytime soon. And usually what happens is that then you just go, I'm not staying around. And they're like, oh. Usually what happens is guys don't want to make a choice. I could understand that. So yeah. Good luck, Priyaka. Okay, so Sparkly Smile. Hi, Sparkly! Okay, so general for October. The universe is saying, we gotcha. We gotcha. Just have faith. Have faith. So they're saying cooperate with other people, or rethink something, and this could be the rethinking of this one. So you had money coming in, it's now going out, and this is possibly why you're feeling so upset with the world. You can change this. This is not a bad thing. You could change this, and this is possibly why you need to communicate and cooperate with other people. There is a life choice coming up for you, so you need to choose something, and I would say which one is fairer. Okay, so if it's fair for you, make sure it's fair for you. But there's a life choice coming up, and when we have a life choice, it means that one door closes and another one opens. Oliver, did I? Could you just put down your message if you haven't already? Hello, Priya. Details on person. Well, it seems like they're very smart. They're also going to be like maybe on holiday when they meet you. Okay, so younger, maybe young, or they have a youngness of life. They're very smart, very intelligent. They could be IT background. They might be a little bit more like, okay, maybe athlete, I think. They're intelligent, but they tend to use a lot of energy. So they're mostly like really go action, and then they kind of take a rest. This is kind of why I'm thinking an athlete. They like technology though, and they like being close to reading. So they could be doing like, how would I explain this? They could be doing a sports scholarship, but they're also studying at the same time. Sailing Lena. So if this is not someone that you know already, then it is someone that you need to know in the future, okay? Sailing Lena. Pretzel says, hello, can I get a messages from MD? Okay, so they're saying work on your own world first and rethink what you want to do towards them. So it could be just like, you're confusing me. Work on yourself first and then come and talk to me, because at the moment you're not being committed, or you really haven't got what you want in life yet. So it could be just like, you aren't making sense to me, I want a commitment, you're not really committal. Let me know, because obviously this is your self-world, and this is a reevaluating what you want. So I think that you need to really think about who you want to be for MD. Priya says, current feelings on my lover, some towards me, and will he contact me? I feel like this person tends to keep you on a loop, Priya. This person doesn't really care how long they make you wait until they contact you. And in general, they need to reevaluate how they come towards you, because they give you like these vibes of like, yeah, you're the only one for me. So kind of love bombing energy, but they really don't see like they might not see you as the person that they are fully committed to. This can be just like jitters vibes on their behalf, but I don't think they truly know who they want to be with. And that's okay, that sometimes happens, but if they keep you waiting, then yeah. So Pretzel says, okay, after this, Pretzel, take a 30-minute break. Does Leo post all these emotional, romantic things towards me? It is possibly likely, because this tower is to rebuild a relationship after it's fallen down quite suddenly, and they're also reevaluating how they approach you. So yeah, I would say that it's very, very highly likely that those romantic posts about you, Pretzel. Mary, I have already answered that one. Gazella says, will I marry someone? Hello, Geetha. Marry someone wealthy. It seems like you won't, because there is a call for you to save monies. And it might be that you have to rely on yourself quite a lot. Yeah, I would say you need to kind of look after yourself. So this might be something that this person's not wealthy. They might keep you happy, but they're not wealthy. So you might have to like save your monies and save your biggies if you want something in this relationship. It might be that they have the food and they pay the rent or the house duties, but then the rest of it's up to you. Yeah. Kiara says, general reading about my love life. So, okay. The cards are telling you that your heart is full of love already. So it might be that you haven't let go of a past attachment. You're still holding on to someone in your heart. And so what happens is the universe is not going to give us something if there's no room for it. There's no room for it at general. It's just like, yeah. There's just no room for your heart. It's also telling you to not focus on love, but focus on money right now. So it could possibly be like, don't focus on the love, kind of actually let the love go, focus on your money, and then focus on love afterwards. So it could be like career first, love later. Geetha says, my relationship. So Emperor, we've got lots of Emperor cards today. So it could be that you're feeling like, kind of like you've done the rodeo before, you've done relationships before, you've done the whole like young love thing, and now you're older and you're wiser in yourself, and you see like a lot of things wrong in a relationship before they even go wrong, and a lot of times then you kind of distance yourself from other people, and this makes sense then. The star, where you're actually growing something. So it could possibly be that you need to kind of go, okay, what if it fails? Then don't worry about it. Don't kind of panic, because I can feel like you're feeling like this, like, oh, I'm too old, I'm too I'm not young anymore, like my body is kind of like not skinny anymore, or whatever it is. Like we're all growing old. Like we're all going to get to a point that the world, it's like we're going to start falling apart. It doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. Just keep on watering your relationship because it's growing. Don't worry about this so much, okay? Okay, so... Okay. Right, give me excited. I have not skipped you, Mary. Brooklyn, give me a second. Okay, so how have I got up to? Potato Salad says, should I sign this contract I got or no? Yeah, I think so. I think it's more positive. I would definitely get someone to double check the terms, but it seems very positive for you, Potato Salad. So Brenna says, how does my boyfriend Andre feel about his ex Mackenzie? He still has quite a lot of love in his heart for her, and he felt like she's a very bubbly person. Yeah, I think that I know why it's kind of gone. Like, there's a lot of times that, like, he was wanting to commit to this person, but he kind of put on all the work, and it was not good enough. So he's kind of got out, and he's left for someone better, Brianna, because he's just like, this would have never worked out. So he's gone. He like left. He fell out of that relationship. Straight to you. Shivan, I've already finished your reading. Dealman D says, did DJ have a crush on DD? Do they have a future together? There's no obvious ideas between them. I think they're growing a relationship, but I feel like it's more friends than anything, because just how many toys are around this cat. So it could be just that they kind of have that friends vibe. That doesn't seem like there's love there, but it seems friends more than anything. Dealing with D. BT says, what are George's feelings, intentions towards me? Thank you. So it seems like very good. He's very happy with what he is, but he wants to still play like a very carefree role with you, and he just knows that life is good, so he's going to keep being a little bit more carefree, very present based, so he's not thinking about the future at all. He just knows that it's good. BT. Anastasia, hi. Mary, I have done yours. Nina, will I move abroad next year? Well, it's interesting. I think you might stay for love, but I don't know. There's King of Wands here. So it could be just like you might move, but you might not have everything that you want yet. You might move into an empty house. So there is kind of that bit where you possibly get offered this person. And that makes sense, because this could possibly be your traveling companion. And you might not realize that. King of Wands would actually be a very good traveling companion, because they kind of are explorers. They like seeing the world. They like seeing people. They really are very people orientated. So yeah. So I would say that you won't move, but the world's giving you someone to be able to travel with. Anastasia says, what is Hassie's feelings to me? Does he love me? Thank you. Yeah, there's new love there, so I would definitely say that he's getting into that, but he's also kind of either listening to friends or listening to himself about this, which means that this person has to get over this trial before they're really willing to come all the way in. But they really care about you. That's for sure. Love-wise, they're really there. So give them a little bit, Anastasia. Fan says, does his family affect him in his decisions about us? No, I don't. I think he's got his eyes directly on this prize, so no, I don't think that family affects him. No, I think he's very much eye on the prize right now. Celia says, my ex-current feelings for me? Hello, Destiny. Oh yeah, they're gone. That tower was there and it's gone. So he was King of Cups. So it's interesting, because it might be that King of Cups is usually a softer person, so they tend to be very emotional, and so therefore you might have not seen a masculine side to him. So this is possibly why this kind of fell apart. But yeah, it's gone, my love. Hello, Destiny. How are you? The empath reader. So Lily says, will I get good grades this year? Okay. So Judgment in reverse and Love is in reverse. I think that you'll pass. It's going to be hard though. So I would suggest, like, make sure to read the questions right and understand what they're asking, because you need to know what they're asking, because if you make a rush snap decision and you haven't read the answer, you are going to fail in some ways, but you are going to pass. This seems like you're going to understand it a lot more after you finished it, but you need to kind of work on understanding before you get this. But Lily, I think you'll pass, definitely, for sure. Alicia says, I want to know how Zad is currently feeling for me. It's kind of funny because we're getting the King of Wars here. So this person might be thinking more about themselves. They want you to see a bigger picture, and it possibly means that they already have dealt with you did something and it was like that breakup. So they just want you to kind of move on, see a bigger picture, I guess. That's what I'm getting from them. And they're thinking about themselves right now, so they're not thinking about you, Alicia, unfortunately. LM says, hey, why is SR not communicating with me? Because they're focusing on money, not love. They should be thinking about love, but they're not. Also, they kind of think very highly of themselves, and they are... How would I explain this? They feel like it's not fair. Like, you treat them like someone else. You don't treat them like they're important. They don't feel like you treat them important enough. And so therefore they're kind of like over love and they're working towards money. So yeah, I think they're just like, yeah, and don't feel fairly treated, and are also pursuing money instead of love at the moment. Nicole says, will I push towards my Japan masters? Okay, so yes you will. I think that there's a lot of people around you that help you with your dreams. Like, you're not just the only one that works towards stuff. And this possibly is the other cat here, King of Wands. So you actually have someone that really trusts you, really believes in you. Also possibly will immigrate to Japan with you. So they look like they really care about you a lot and want to egg you, like, not egg you on, like, they want the same thing as you because they see that kind of fiery passion and they are adventurous too. So go. If you're like, I don't know this person, then you'll probably get a boyfriend. That's like, yeah. Is Keegan waiting for me to text him back? Yeah, I think so. Like they're out of whatever they've been thinking about, but they're like they're like whatever was weighing them down, what was actually like really like pulling them down is now gone, and they would love to hear from you again. They really would like to hear from you again. But whatever they were like dealing with the last week, completely gone. They'll be overjoyed to see you again. Srishti, no problem. Celie says, hi, how do men think about me romantically? Firstly, it might be that you're not particularly a fan of keeping house. that's like the first thing I came up with. You might not be like the person that like what is it, the 1950s housewife, always keeping the house clean. And it might be true, because like I feel like if they left you at home, this would be what you're dealing with. You feel like it's like the cat on the door, like, let me out. So I think that they realize that the feminine aspects of you are not particularly like what they expect. But I could just see you, sorry. But let me out. I want to go outside. They know that you've got quite a lot of options, whether you don't take them or not, and they're a little bit scared or hesitant to come and approach you, because even though you don't have the things that like they expect from women, or like what is expectations these days? It's like the whole idea is they expect a woman to know how to cook, know how to clean, and sometimes that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But they're also like, you're beautiful, you have a amazing gift of making people want to be around you, you're very happy. And I don't think that goes away. Like, you don't, as soon as like someone isn't there anymore, it's like not like your smile drops. It's just like you're naturally quite a happy, optimistic person. And they know that there's a lot of men that would like to date you. So it's hard, because I think that they really enjoy your company. Even though they sit there going, oh my god, is she gonna burn dinner? I don't think that you're that bad, but I think like you need to have someone that would be very happy to have you work, happy to have you outside the house, and then you can do everything else, because you tend to be very good at that. But you need to have a guy that would let you do that without being that kind of thing. Mohini. Hi dear, who's coming towards me in love this month? Someone new or the past? It seems like you should let go of control and just let the universe bring you what it wants. I feel like it's like you got on like a Ferris wheel and you're like holding on to your life. And it's like, don't worry, we just gotta flick you right where you need to. So it's like saying, don't worry about it. Just like, girl, I gotcha, I'm gonna give you someone. So don't worry about it. Just let control and let the universe do its thing. Because it's just like, you know that lovely like friend of yours that has like a makeup business, and you go and you're like, oh yeah, like you've been talking about like a makeover for ages. I want, and they're like, yes, that's like the universe right now. It's like sitting there going, you want a man? Yes. So oh women, I'm not going to judge whoever you're attracted to. The universe is like, yes, but it's saying to kind of temperance yourself. So there might be some fluctuations in your life, and they're like, yeah, just calm, just do your own thing, like get your world into order, because it might be slightly out of balance right now. So it might be that you're not sleeping right, you're not eating right, you're just like doing whatever you want. Just kind of organize that, and the universe has the rest of it coming towards you, Mohini. So good luck with that. I'm really happy about that. So Saphnia says, will I hear from S this month? Oh my god, everything fell out again. I feel like, yeah, I feel like they will be able to get up and go, even though they're very focused. I think that they really miss you. They want to be with you. They have so much energy. Oh my dear lord. I don't know whether like you can control this kind of maniac. Oh my dear lord. Yeah, I think that you'll get contact with this person. Sapnia. They're definitely coming back in spades. I feel like they're really going to be like on your doorstep, possibly tomorrow. It's very much like they've just gone, right, gonna talk to that person. I really want to talk to them. So yeah, I feel like almost like doorstep material. Like, I miss you. How will be my marriage life with a drill? So the first thing is that's coming up is that you might have to have the ability to compromise with this. Compromise is not easy, especially in a marriage, because there's a lot of things that happen. And that's kind of what's happening as well, is that you might use emotional manipulation to get what you want. And that might be something that you tend to do quite well, is emotionally manipulate to get what you want. And you'll have to compromise to get what you want. And you don't have to do this. I'm very sure this person cares for you and loves you enough that you can sit there and go, okay, I need this. I want this. And this could be why there's the Hierophant in reverse, which means that you need to go your own way. You might have to break from society's norms, society's traditions to do what you want to do. So I feel like in general, this person would want you to have your independence, get your own things that you want to do in your life, funny girl, and they will help you. They will get you to where you need to be. But yeah, I think just compromise and being a little bit more assertive. Yeah, I feel like you'll do well. It's just a matter of time and communication. Yeah. Good luck. It's very hard to be married, and I am very happy that you are. Will I marry the person? Who am I thinking? Writer writing. Okay, so it seems like there's no ideas to bring in effect of this person. So it might be that they don't have ideas of marrying you or committing to you. Also, that you're kind of really overdoing the flirting, and this might scare this person away quite a lot. So this could be that you need to just back off and wait for them to kind of initiate or any of that writer's writing. So in general, I feel like no. But there is always a possibility that in the future, if you go on this particular timeline of backing off, you will actually get to marry this person or be committed with them. So good luck. But yeah, you might be scaring them with the over flirtation. Miriam says, hello, may I have a love reading? Of course, Miriam. Okay, so firstly, there is a feeling. I'm going to take that as well. There's a feeling of like that you were very close to someone and there might be conflict and disagreements now. And this is not a great place to be in, because there's just like a little bit of a friction here. It might be just to accept and leave that bowl alone while they're trying to process what they're dealing with. There's also Two of Swords in reverse. You're actually not choosing a life choice right now that you need to make. Life choices are good because they give us another opportunity, another door to work through. But then you have to choose between one of these and then you walk through the door and then the other one closes, because with life it's always like life choices. And the weirdest thing is these life choices don't have to be big. They could be just little small things. But as soon as we choose it, the door has closed on the other one. The sun means that your joy, like, you should realize that there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of happiness coming to you, there's a lot of like sunshine. Just think of the warmth, feel that pleasant feeling. But the whole idea is that you get to share it with everybody around you. It's not like you need to keep this to yourself. Just like when you feel this happiness, just I was going to say irradiated out. True, like the sun's kind of radiation, but I'm not meaning that. Radiated out, so you're like showing the world that you've got enough happiness, enough joy to share with everyone. If it's baking cookies, make an extra batch, give it to your neighbors. And then this will give you all the things that you need to do with these two. Because I think as soon as you realize that there's lots of joy, lots of happiness to share with everybody else, these ones will be easier. Well done, Miriam. Just, if you like baking cookies, please share them with your friends. Wendy says, hello everyone, Gemini single. So I think you're talking about love here. It's kind of interesting because you have two like choices here, Wendy. So it's kind of an interesting choice now. Because I think that you have turned down one and you're inching for the other. Clarification cards, please. Okay, so this is why you've turned down this one, which makes sense. Chaos, utter chaos. Ooh. Okay, so you're right. Take the bit that you believe you should pursue. Yeah? Don't think about what you've turned down. Don't accept this because this is actually a chaos state. Whoever this is, whether this is a loved one or a decision that's bringing you closer to someone, you have done the right thing. Go with the person that you were working on right now. Yeah. Itika says, when will V contact me? Itika says, when will V contact me? I think that they aren't in a state to contact you. They're feeling very apathetic, and they also have probably like a burnout. If it's kind of like cold where they are, they're possibly in a little bit of a hibernation period where they're really not talking to anybody. Would I like to hear from you? Yes. Maybe not. They won't be the biggest conversationalists, but they will actually speak to you or talk to you, and it'll make them a little bit happy to hear from you. But they're also just like a little bit tired, a little bit like sore, maybe a little bit more like cold, because they're just dealing with a lot of things, and they've just got to a point that they've worked themselves into burnout a little bit. So Etika, please call them instead. Mahima says hi, if you can call them. Oh, I was going to call it just like, those are Mahima's cards, okay? Okay, so spiritual guys, Jada says, hey guys, may I know what the Aquarius likes me, or just as friends or more? Well, I think that he's trapped on you. He's stuck to you. He doesn't want to move. I feel infatuation. So I think that he's infatuated right now. Yeah, like, how would I explain this? Like, he keeps talking to you, you keep on being funny, you swap jokes, he laughs. He's also like fascinated that you keep on laughing and you keep on teasing him, and he's like, oh my god. So I feel like it's a kind of infatuation with you more than love right now, but yeah, he likes you more than a friend. Yeah. So Mahima says, will I get good news related to my career now? It's hard because, like, I feel like this job that you have is not well suited to you. And I would say that, how would I explain this? Maybe you're a Sigma. Like, if you look up Sigmas and you kind of realize that you might just be in the wrong place, because if you're a Sigma, you're kind of reserved, and you are very good at running things, you're very good at changing things, you're very good at revolutionizing things. And most of the time, if you're like someone like a Sigma, you have a hard time with hierarchy, because it's always like, I'm going to do it this way instead of that way, and then you get upset because most of the time, like, people don't listen to you and they don't take your ideas on board. And so I would suggest to you is kind of realize who you are as a person, and then find a better job or find a better position that you can do what you want to do, because you're very smart, very bright, very yeah, it's like entrepreneurial, like someone that has some very good ideas generations, and you won't be able to do this with this job, okay, Mahima? So I would suggest working on what you need to work on. Yeah, and kind of, yeah, do stability control, because this job's just, yeah, wearing you out. Anu says, how will be my love life? No worries, Priyaka. So, oh, Queen of Wands. Oh, she's such a cutie. I love her. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Anu. Okay. This seems like interesting because you have Queen of Wands, but this makes sense. So Queen of Wands is very outgoing, very happy, very good-lucky. She's very much around friends all the time. She tends to be very people orientated, but this in reverse actually makes me laugh, because you will meet this person and you'll think, this is great, they're amazing, they have lots of personality, they have lots of friends, they're quite they're very interesting. Like, ones are very interesting people because they can talk to people, and they're very good at just being awesome. Like, if they go to a party, you'll see who the ones' energies are, because they have the big circle around them. They're just like there in the big circle, and they just make people laugh. But then why this is the case with Ten of Pentacles in reverse is that you might sit there and go, oh yeah, but this person's great, like they're amazing, they'll look after me so much. And it might be that they don't tend to keep, they won't look after you like how you think that you should be looked after. Like, they won't feed you food, they're not going to be at home often, they're just like, they'll keep on doing what they need to do. So you might have to realize that you have to feed yourself, you have to look after yourself. But she's a really interesting person. I think you'll like her very much, but don't expect her to always have a food on table, because she might be doing everything else but not feeding you. Yeah. And good luck. Hello, Emin. No worries, Aphrodite. I think that you'll go very far with your fashion life. And make sure that when you come and you speak to me after you've released it, make sure that I can come and model some clothes for you. That would be fun. So yeah, so Vanny, Taspia says, what's coming towards me in love? Okay, so firstly, you've got to trust that the universe is bringing you a connection, and you should just let it go, where you're like, I'm not controlling this, whoever comes in is meant to be in my life. But there is this bit that feels like you are dissatisfied with your life right now, and you might be blaming it on other people, and you've got to realize it's yourself. So it could be that you need to work on personality attributes that are not actually working for you, and you need to kind of realize that you are affecting this, and this is how the world sees you, but you actually have control over what the world sees of you. It's funny, the other day I pulled this for myself and I was like, oh. So you've got to realize that even as like me as a reader, I still have to constantly improve myself. So yes that happened to me too. So okay, right, so right, who am I down to? Oh my god. Okay, so hello Wendy, hello Sun, will Addie reach out? Thanks. Oh my dear lord. It just decided to like completely do that. I think you need to grow this connection, and you shouldn't be worried about if they don't reply back, because I think that they just like, what would I say? I'm the worst person for messages. Like, sometimes my friends will be kept on waiting for a month or so, because I sometimes leave people on red and I don't know that I have until I realize when I contact them back that I've left them on red, and I'm like, oh my lord. So yeah, do contact them, because they possibly have realized that they have a message from you, and so Asan, just like message them, or just keep on saying hi. No worries, Gisela. I am still doing free readings. Gemini single when I find my true love. Well, I said, weirdly enough, I think these are the same ones. So I think that there's no one here right now for you, but just keep on watering your relationships, grow everything around you, and in time people will come. So it's weird because I'm picturing a garden actually. So it might be that you take up a certain amount of gardening, and when you actually meet this person, they will sit there and go, oh yeah, this is amazing. There's something about like growing things, like physically growing things, like garden, or plants, because I can see like a beautiful garden. It's like maybe a park. Maybe you volunteer at a park to grow things. Like there's something about you growing things there, not just like growing like connections, but growing plants as well. Strength says, hi, what's the attentions and feelings of PA? It's weird that you've got Queen of Pentacles. So when you say PA, it kind of makes me go, oh yes, Pentacles, yes. Queen of Pentacles, she's actually a very interesting person. She's very business orientated, and she's very focused on money, business. She's like, yeah, interesting. She wants you to help her, I think. More than anything, she wants you to help, and she wants you to have all these things as well. So it might be that she wants you to be helping her so she can give you these things. Yeah, I think so. I think it's to help her so she can give you back the things that she wants to give you. Good luck, Strength. Am I in a twin flame journey? Aren't we all? Aren't we all in a twin flame journey? Chariot, physical move. So actually, weirdly enough, and temperance. Clarify, please. It's like sitting there going, no, you should know what this is. Devil. Okay. This might be actually a karmic connection more than anything else. Because your temptations here, you also got this like a chaos. It's not full chaos, but it's like chaos. And then a physical move. So I feel like there's this karmic connection. It might feel like a twin flame connection, but it feels like there's something wrong, a little bit wrong with this one. So it might be that there is something that you have to learn about this connection to move on from it. So good luck with that. Zanib says, when reconciliation will done between Saba and Ali? I feel like there's stuck connection, so there might be less communication there than you would like. There's also the whole idea that there's it's not good at home, so there might be some place that's not actually completely 100% done at home, so there's just no warmth. So it could be just that they're stuck between how they're dealing with stuff, so they're just like back and forth arguing about everything, and I don't think that you're going to get them to think about themselves anytime soon. So I think it'll take a while. Okay, so Janani says, can I have a reading, please? My question would be, what is my life's purpose? Interesting. So it says to travel or physically moving, and you're also are supposed to be like working on yourself. Okay, interesting. Like, I could feel like what was in my head was like a stage. And like one thing that I'm hearing is like Shakespeare, oh, the world is a stage. So it could be that you're destined to do theater backdrops, you're destined to do lights, something that sparkles, but you're in the background, you're not in the limelight. And I was thinking a singer beforehand, but I think that you're there as someone that makes what would I say, background theater props or something like that, where you're like behind the set. It could be also that you're doing one thing that's actually coming through as well is like, you know how you have TV sets and stuff like that? So it could be just that you're doing, because this constant move plus the self world means that I feel like you're constantly making things, and I feel like it's very much like theater or movies or something like that. It's making me really excited, but I hope that that kind of comes true for you. But if it didn't, it's still something that's interesting, and you'll be really excited when you get to it. You'll be like, oh yes, this is what Cassandra told me. Okay, so should I marry my current boyfriend, says 111 guidance. So 111. And will my future boyfriend and Hung will be my future boyfriend financially. Okay. Future husband. Okay, sorry. All right. Now, there's kind of an interesting thing, because I feel like you're getting married really early. So you might not be even 30 yet. You might be like 23, 24. Because there's kind of a vibe of like young. So therefore, like, the whole idea is that with the King of Cups in a reverse, he's going to be very emotionally sometimes withdrawn, or takes it, like, is tend to be very emotionally reliant on you. So this could be very hard for you to deal with. This is your boyfriend. It's also that when you get married, that's always that kind of bit where you're like, is this the right option for me? Did I actually take the right person? And this is like your choice. Like, most of the time, if we choose to believe that we're in the right, like, what would I say? Bless the relationship with our own gratitude. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, this person is the rest of your life. They've committed to you for the rest of their lives. And so you have to realize that with that gratitude, you're like, oh yeah, like, they have decided that I'm that one for the rest of your life. And if you're seeing that from a grateful mindset, then it's always going to be like, this won't matter. You'll be like, yay, I actually have this really great thing going on. And then it won't matter, because you'll only see this one. You won't be wanting any of these other ones, because you're like, yeah, this person's great for me. I think that in general, like, it'll be very interesting, because you'll mature quite a lot in this. And that's a good thing to kind of think about, is like, mature. Will, like, your boyfriend be more financially stable? I think he will try to be. Obviously, with relationships and with the way that the economy goes, everything's not completely stable, but he will try his hardest to make sure that you don't go hungry, and you actually have a lot of things for you that he can look after you with. Nina says, I'm sorry, but I have one more question. Will I be famous? Why does everyone want famous? Okay. No. Nina, it's kind of weird, because like, I was thinking like Twitter cancellation. So be careful, because I think that in general, if you were like, oh yes, like this very appealing like tweets, then the rest of like Twitter jumps on you, and you might get famous for the wrong reasons. So at the moment, yeah, it might be like one of those things where you might get like cancelled. So just be careful about who you talk to, who you interact with. But in general, it's sometimes better not to be famous at all. Okay, so you have 5 minutes, and then I will close the listing, because actually, weirdly enough, I'm starting to, like, weirdly enough, my nose sometimes, with how, if it gets warmer, my nose just kind of blocks up, and then I feel like most of the time my voice just gets worse and worse because it becomes more nasally, and I don't like that because it sounds really bad. So Will says a general reading. Now it says to save your bickies, Will. Save quite a lot. But there's a bit where you had some trouble and you'll just like let go of it, and you're actually out of the big part that you were stuck on. But it's also saying save your bickies. So just save your bickies in case you get stuck again. But it's saying that there's kind of a bit where you were struggling before, and you're just going to be clear now. No worries, LM. No worries, Geesa. Aphrodite says, I want to know if I get a great academic success this year. Oh my dear lord. Me is not saying anything. Okay. So it's saying that you are actually focusing on too much, and that because you have all these balls in front of you, you can't really take a decision on any of them. So it might be time to redefine what you want, because I don't think that you can get everything that you want because you're focusing on too many balls. You need to dial them back to about 3 or maybe a couple, and then work on those, because you're just like stretching yourself too thin, and you're going to kind of fall apart doing that. So good luck, Aphrodite. Hi, when will I get into a serious relationship? You should be in a serious relationship right now. You should be in a serious relationship with yours. Okay. So it's kind of weird. Jesus Christ, everything's jumping out. And yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. So that's pretty simple. Okay, let's work on this first. So it could be that you are focused on quite a lot right now. You might be pursuing the wrong person right now. And kind of let yourself go from them, because it might be that you're chasing someone in your past that's not going to commit to you. And this makes sense because there is the card for new love coming in. There's also King of Cups here. So this is actually a really great guy. Very quiet. Possibly unassuming. He's very much emotionally connected with his emotions. So if he's like upset, he will show it. If you say something that he doesn't like, he will show it. He's not particularly a great person for not showing what he believes. So good luck with that. He seems like a great guy. Or it could be you. But that's a masculine card, so. Will my career be successful anytime soon? Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse for you. Okay. Right. This makes perfect sense. Queen of Swords in reverse. And there might be a bit where if things are not going right, Nicole, you tear yourself apart. You just like pull yourself completely apart. Like you're like, I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb. Whatever you're doing that's negative, you just pull yourself apart, and you might not say these things, but you're doing something to pull yourself apart completely. You're just like, oh no, I'm like, maybe you question your intelligence, because Queen of Swords, it tends to be quite a interesting person. Also, like, there's money that was coming in that is now gone, and I think that might be why you're feeling very stuck. There was a little bit of money coming in that is now not there anymore, and it might be time to actually kind of talk to people. So it might be that you need to start your own business with someone that's a co-owner, someone that can see your vision, see your future, like make sure that you actually can. Sorry, I'm going to go and blow my nose because I'm struggling. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that. That usually never happens. And usually, like, every other time, it's completely empty. It's just somewhere within the difference between my nose and my throat. Yeah. It's not always great. So yeah, I feel like you need to talk to someone about this, and yeah, get them to come and help you. That's how you will work on your career and your business. Hello Priyaka. Madsy says, Karen's feelings for me. Firstly, she wants you to kind of save up. It might be that you need to buy her a gift or something, Mancy, to show that you actually care about her. But also that sometimes when you're around her or you think about her in general, you feel very stuck. You feel like you can never do enough for this person, or maybe they never acknowledge you, and you might have to realize that you can change that, you can influence that, and you can, that's up to you. That's what you need to do. Priyaka says, my future spouse reading? Oh, Jesus Christ. No cards, stop being lazy. Okay, King of Swords in reverse. Okay, Queen of Cups in reverse as well. And the Empress. The Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. And it might be just the way that you guys are. So, King of Swords is actually your future spouse. But he's in reverse versus Queen of Cups. So this might be that you are just a natural person to give too much of yourself. And King of Swords, if he doesn't see you as a counterpart, if you are just a general person that can be pushed, he can be kind of a little bit belligerent. He might actually be not particularly nice. And you just have to let that go, where you go, okay, my boundaries are this. I love you, but I can't give you everything. And King of Swords will actually tend to agree that you can be, yeah, so this might be just like he has a certain expectation. You need to enforce boundaries, and that's the best thing. The Empress in reverse and the Ace of Wands could be that you might not be in a space that you might have kids. So it might be, or this could be you, Priyaka, but I'm very sure you're going to be Queen of Cups. So this might be that you might not have kids. This might be that you have to adopt kids, or that, yeah, then it might not be a thing that you might get around to. But Ace of Wands, so you both will work on the relationship. It might be a little bit hard because, yeah, Queen of Cups versus King of Swords, they're very hard. I know. I'm actually Swords usually, and my partner is Cups, so it's kind of hard sometimes because I tend to be very direct and my other half tends to hint a lot, so I tend to be very angry when they hint because I'm like, just be assertive, tell me what you want. Which usually ends up the other way. So I think in general you'll get to a point that you both are really happy, but yeah, you'll need to have some boundaries and stuff like that. So hi, is it okay to start my modeling career in 2023? Will I be successful? Well, firstly, there's a love relationship coming up. There's also escape and working hard. So it could be actually that you are going to be very successful at your modeling career. And at the same time, you might actually be engaged or, engaged or married to this person. So whether you like it or not, Haley, you've got a lot coming up before 2023. And I hope that everything goes well for you, because it seems like you're on your way to success. And 2023, yeah, I feel like you're going to be... Actually, I think you could start sooner if you wanted to. You might get... I was thinking for a second, and I was like, I had an image of this person being a photographer. So you might actually meet this person while you're on set, like taking photos. That would be cool, Haley. So what's coming towards Zumbler? Okay, the cats are tired. I'm tired. We're getting to the point. Okay, interesting. Okay, King of Cups, the Devil, and Two of Cups. There's a weird temptation coming up, Zumbler. So it could be that the temptation is this guy, King of Cups. I don't know why he's a temptation, because it seems like he really loves and cares about you, but then this devil is coming up as a temptation. So maybe he's married? I don't know, Zumbler. I wish that I knew, because I'm really confused right now why is the temptation. Let me know, because yeah, it looks good other than temptation. It might be to, yeah. Let me know how that goes. I would say with temptation, I always think of bad things, but it might just be that you've got to realize that there's always a positive. Who will be my future husband? Characteristics or his profession? Well, firstly, he's a very outside person, high energy, could do running as a sport. Also, like, possibly, like, business, because I always think of this and I kind of think of golf, which is kind of interesting because now, as soon as I say golf, I think of IT Crowd. If you know that episode, it's absolutely funny, but let's get back to it. So lovers, you will have this instantaneous soulmate connection. There's just going to be this natural flow of like flirtation. It looks really nice. You'll just enjoy the hell out of him. He tends to be quite charismatic. I think that you would be very entertaining. I don't think that it's a cage, but he tends to be very attracted to you and possibly would like to keep you. Like, what would I say? Not possess you, but keep you. So I feel like this person is a very young professional and tends to be very active. So when they're not at work, they would tend to do marathons, they tend to do sporting events, they tend to do a lot of things outdoors. They tend to be very physically active when they're not at work. Mahini, no worries. Dlnd, like, successfully move out on my own in 2022. Okay, so King of Cups in reverse. It might be that you have to depend on people to move out, but at the same time, there is a bit that I think you'll actually have to share a house with someone, which might be a little bit hard to bear, but it's also going to be a good time. This kind of reminds me of like a student days, when I just moved out of home and I was like, everything's great, everything's amazing, everything's gonna go the way I want, I'm gonna have everything I ever wanted. Does it ever happen like that? No, but as a student, it is always a very positive time. So I think that you will. You just have to live with other people. Okay, so Trimani? Hello, will I feel about my new house we're moving into this month? Firstly, weirdly enough, there's some things that are going to make you feel a little bit upset. And it might just be that you have to work on, like, parts of the house. There might be, like, parts of the house that need renovating. So you might get a little bit upset that either the renovations weren't done before you moved in or you had to renovate while you're there, so therefore this is why the money's gone. But in general, I think that you'll get lots more opportunities living in this house compared to what you were before. So it might not just be like, the house might not be exactly what you wanted, but the opportunities of being in a new place will definitely outweigh the things that you have to do to the house. So Jackson says, what is Michelle's Gemini's current feelings for me, Virgo? She's figured out that you're very high energy and that you might not, like, you might say things, how would I explain this? Sometimes you don't say things correctly, like, maybe slightly, you can't read social cues quite a lot, so sometimes when you say things, you don't say them the proper way. And she's kind of a little bit upset with you. So you might have to think about specific things you've done that might have made her feel like you didn't care. But I think in general she realizes that you're quite a very energetic person. So you might have just a high energy state where you're always like constantly thinking, so you're constantly saying things, so therefore then you never really have time to kind of think about what you're saying. So it might just be that you need to go like sometimes I say, just say sorry, it doesn't matter what you said, or say, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like sometimes I say things and I say them too fast that I kind of don't think overly of what I'm saying, or I tend to be quite blunt, because we all have friends like that. So you're doing really good. I think she cares about you deeply, but it's kind of hard for her right now. Hello, future. So Mom Mary reading. Okay, so this person is a little bit confused right now. Oh my god, that definitely wanted to come out. Okay, so this person has lots of things that they're kind of really confused about. They don't have the drive or the motivate, like what would I say? They don't have the drive and motivation. They tend to say, I want this, I want that, and they don't get that stuff done. And the cards are like, bam, do it. Or we're just gonna, yeah, you're not gonna get what you want by waiting for it to come to your lap. Like, it never works like that. You need to get in and do it. I'm sorry for that. That kind of was very violent. Sorry about that. But yeah, get up, get it done. Will I succeed in stock market trading? Will I continue? Okay, so Knight of Cups, interesting. Okay. Knight of Cups tends to be very focused on one thing, and the cards are telling you to see like what's around it. So it might be that you are very much like, you need to figure out like companies that are around here that you haven't thought about before. The world in reverse means that you should actually focus on companies that are close to you. So it might be that if you are trading in India, trade Indian companies, because you'll know you're very focused. You tend to be very good at, what when I say, like understanding companies, understanding the ROI, and understanding a lot about whether it's fully franked versus this. You're very cool about that. And also the cards are telling you to be creative. It might be that you need to think about little tiny stocks, not penny stocks, but little tiny stocks that are coming out. So IT businesses, possibly some kind of startup there that you can make some money on. But make sure with this, it's a very interesting thing, but I would also suggest that you only put in the money you're willing to lose on these creative stocks. But I think in general, you're doing very well. I would just suggest investing in companies that are close to home, and investing in newly startups that are going to be interesting to you. Just realize that with the startups, they're a little bit harder to make money straight away. Okay? You're doing very well, Nisha. Priyaka, after this, I will finish up. Oh my lord. No! Oh my god. Alright, my phone is dead, so I have to use the rest of, I didn't plug it in, sorry guys. So I'll have to do this. Okay, that's fine. It was working, but unfortunately I have to do the rest of this like that. So yeah, I think your future spouse is coming to you soon, but also there is kind of a bit where you might let that person go. So it might be that you have this new love, and based on your kind of like, what would I say? Like, you feel like you're not good enough or something like that and push them away and you let them go. So it might be time to think about, like, how much you want to commit to someone. Because I think in general, you need to think about your own inadequacies that you feel like you have, because most of the time when we get love and we're not used to it, we push it away. And so therefore this 10 of Pentacles in reverse means, actually it's not 10 of Pentacles, it's 6 of Pentacles. Sorry guys, my nose is acting up again. I'm sorry guys, everything's going wrong. But in general, you need to keep this person, make them stay. So I feel like this person will come into your life quite soon because of the new love card. So so Insane Soul, hi Hammer. Please do my career reading for October. Okay, so it's Judgment and Magician. So it seems like you have a really good way of creating more and more ideas and generating good ideas. So I feel like you need to think about how to show that you can create ideas and keep them moving. And also Judgment card. So it might be time to think, okay, I innovate, I create, I do some really good things. You need to pay me fairly, or you need to give me a pay rise, something like that. You need to be, what was it? A fair day's work for a fair day's pay. If they're not paying you for your ideas and your creativity, and you can create things that benefit the company, then yeah, they don't deserve you, okay? Insane Soul. Durita says, what's coming up in my love life? Hi, Shrek! Okay, so it's kind of interesting because there's Queen of Wands plus a Page of Pentacles and the Fool in reverse. So I can just show you all your cards, but then I will quickly go through them. So the Page of Pentacles means that you might turn down some offers, or you might not really want them. The Fool in reverse might be that you need to be more mature when it comes to choosing something. So therefore, see red flags. It might be that you're very good at picking up the lost lonely soul, which tends to be one of the people that you should not be dating. And Queen of Wands. So this is kind of interesting, Adita, because I would say this is you. So you need to figure out who can match your energy, because you tend to need a lot more energy. You need a very high energetic person. You cannot have someone that tends to be low energy, because you will be like, let's say you'll go out, they'll stay at home. Yeah, after a while you're going to have these big kind of arguments, because they'll be like, well, you're out all the time, and you're like, but I invite you to go out and you never come. And so yeah, that's what I would say to you. just keep on going with that. Okay, so hello Lisa, what's the tension I'm feeling up here? Okay, so weirdly enough, they're focused on their own place. So they're focused on their own little thing though, but that doesn't mean that they're not like thinking about you sometimes, strengths. So like they might be daydreaming every now and again. They were doing their work, doing their thing, and an image of you pops in their head and they're like, oh yeah, would this be nice to be with this person? So they are definitely daydreaming about you. Hello, Corinne. Please do my marriage reading. Pooja? Okay. Hierophant. This is very interesting. We get a lot of Hierophants. Okay, so this is Queen of Wands, Hierophant, and Page of Pentacles. So it might be that you have to realize that oh, and King of Pentacles. Okay, really? Okay. So this kind of makes me think of my granddad and grandma's relationship. And this is why, like, don't think that I'm saying that you're old. But because they're the closest thing that I can think of in these kind of relationship dynamics, like I would definitely think that my like grandfather was King of Pentacles because he tends to be very money focused. My grandmother is Queen of Wands. She's always been a social butterfly. She's always been very outgoing, and so therefore King of Pentacles in reverse is always going to be like, why is the money gone? Why is the money gone? And so Queen of Wands is going to be like, I bought some beautiful dresses for it. So you might have to kind of realize that this person is going to be more like frivolous with money because they see it as an opportunity to show other people what they are, like Hierophant and Page of Pentacles. So it might be just that you need to be wise and you need to compromise with this person. Also, Page of Pentacles in reverse means that you might have to just accept that sometimes money is not going to come in as much as it's going to go out sometimes. So I think you're very good, and just make sure that you kind of establish boundaries. Like one thing that my grandparents did was that my grandma had her own account that, so my grandfather, when my grandfather earned money, he would put money in her account so she could earn her own money, but then she had a budget. So that's possibly something that you need to do for yourself, Pooja, in the future. Edie says, hey, what is Pisces thinking about you? That you're slightly chaotic. You might not be, like, what would I say? You're not where you say you are going to be. Like, maybe you text them and say, oh, okay, I'm going to be 5 minutes, and it tends to be 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. And then you're like, oh, sorry for the delay, but you're always like doing that. Also, Nine of Wands, like they're kind of feeling like they put a lot more effort into chasing you than you chasing them. So it might be like one of those things that you might have to turn around and chase them more, because they're like sitting there going, I'm putting a lot of chasing in here and they haven't chased me yet. So Shrek says, Teresa, my twin flame. Is Teresa your queen? King. Okay, so with this person, there is a tower moment. So it might be that you need to work on yourself at that moment. You're also going to retreat. So this is actually kind of interesting. It's telling you to kind of focus on yourself. And you might have to realize that to let go of this attachment. So I think in general the cards are like saying, no, this person's not your twin flame. It might be a karmic connection, but they're saying focus on yourself, grow yourself, look after yourself, self-love, self-joy. Let this fear attachment go. So whatever you're like holding on to this person, it's like you can rebuild this. So it might be that you need to kind of think, okay, is this worth it? But it's also like the cards are like sitting there going, you're gonna just like withdraw. When this kind of breaks, you're gonna withdraw into this mode, and you might just have to let the connection go because it might be nicer for you in general. Sure. Suddenly, what is my crush's feelings and next action towards me? Well, firstly, they're not really going anywhere. They're kind of stuck in their decisions. So it might be that you are actually in kind of a... How would I explain this? Non-reciprocated love. So you're actually you're in a place where they're not reciprocal. Oh, thank God. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my nose, but it's just one of those things. So, as says, Elisa, if you did actually answer before list is closed, then for sure. Unfortunately, list is closed if you've come in. If you are here before list is closed, I will definitely answer. Definitely hit the subscribe button so you can come back. I will be doing this on Tuesday as well. So, my Libra dad buy a Honda Accord instead of Corolla Atlas. My Cancer maternal uncle is trying to get him a Corolla. Whereas my wish of getting a Accord be accomplished? You've got to realize that you've got to trust the universe on this. Also, it might be that you don't get what you want, but somehow I think you will get what you want, because the Wheel of Fortune's like, no mate, I've got this. So I don't know when you'll get this, but it seems like you'll get that soon. Alan Karit says, oh my God. Okay, who is this? Hello, Dodo Jesus. Where was this? Alan Credit says, feelings of my ex-A towards me, will she contact me in the future? I feel like this is a death card, and that you are holding on to this way too much. So this person has possibly moved on, and you're overreaching, like, with this idea that they're still caring about you. I think they've kind of moved on. So I wish you all the best to move on as well. Dura says, will Salman hamster survive from disease in the near future? So King of Cups versus Wheel of Fortune. Oh my dear Lord. Sorry guys. King of Cups versus Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It might be that you've got to realize the universe has like their own plan for this person. So I I don't think this person helped themselves very well. Doer in general. I can see that they possibly did use food or drink as a way of coping, but the universe has their own plan for this person. So I don't know. I think that you've just got to have faith. That's possibly what this is calling for. Actually, not just faith. I think that it has to be a plan in place. So it might be that it doesn't happen, because if you're planning for this person, it might be that they just have given up, I guess. I'm sorry. I wish that it could be more positive. Shrek says, what are Pallavi's current feelings for me? Temperance upright and your thing in reverse. I think that they might find you more as a distraction. Like, maybe they don't really have strong feelings for you, and you might be just like hoping that they come up and approach you, Shrek, but they don't see you. They really aren't. They don't notice you, I feel. I think you would want them to notice you, but I don't think they've seen you at all. Lakshmi says, hello, may I know the current feelings of SS Capricorn for me? Well, firstly, Page of Cups in reverse means that they're kind of highly focused on their own thing right now, and also Chariot. So I wouldn't say that this person really sees you as being something that they want to stay around for, because that you do something that they don't really particularly like. They're also moving, so it could be that they're kind of really it might not be that it's you. They might just be moving because they feel like they're stuck where they are. So if they're moving, they're not going to take on connections right now, Lakshmi. So I hope that everything goes well with you, but I would say if you're non-contact, this person is on their way to moving somewhere else. Antoinette, the current feelings for me? Very good. I feel like they're very attracted to you. So I'd say that they are really thinking about you quite a lot. General a reading message from the universe, says Nicole. That you are loved and you're protected, and you have people that love you and protect you. So don't be afraid of what's actually happening, because people love and want to protect you all the time. Cool Queen. Firstly, I will say that Twitch is a very hard place. Minecraft, you have to work a lot with Minecraft because it's quite a saturated market. Queen of Swords versus the Empress. Okay, so Queen of Swords in reverse. So you might get really angry and quite short-tempered with yourself if you don't get what you want in life. And I would say to you that every single time that you stream anything, it's the whole idea is that it takes time. It takes time. I would also say to you that you might think about doing this all by yourself, and I would suggest reaching out to other people or making friends on that platform, because it's easier that way. Also the Empress. So I feel like either doing creative modded Minecraft or doing something creative like DIY, because you're very good at creativity. So it could be that you do make it streams. Not naked streams. Make it streams. So you make things like craft and stuff. You can play Minecraft, but I think you can also do craft and art as well. And that might be what draws people to you. But you can also do your Minecraft as well. Good luck! Jasmita says, a current feelings of Venke for me. It's kind of hard because they really have they have a life choice to decide, but they also sorry, Jesus Christ, my nose when it goes is just not great. I apologize. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is kind of a hard one because this means that this person has to have a plan and they have no plan. So it's kind of hard because Jasmita, if we don't see the future, if we're not planning for our future, then we're kind of leaving that up to chance. So I don't think that this person really has any kind of idea about their future with you. And so it could be that they need to kind of plan their own future and then they can plan for you in it, Jasmita. So this might be just because they're a little bit younger and they might not have kind of the idea of what they want in life yet. So I hope that it all goes well. Dodo of Jesus says, what's coming towards me in Korea? You're Leo? Okay. Firstly, you got Knight of Swords, so I feel like you have quite a lot of excess or energetic energy that tends to not get burnt out at your current job. So it might be that it's not keeping you contained, and so therefore you have like so much energy to burn that you can be kind of a distraction or kind of a nuisance in the office. And it might just be that they haven't given you the right role. This is your 9 of Cups in reverse, which means that you might be a little bit more seen to be egotistical, and you might have like a little bit of a weakness there as well. So it might be that you were, I think that you were put in the wrong role for yourself and they expect you to operate with other people, which is not particularly something that you're really good at. How would I explain this? Firstly, I think that you need a hobby or interest that gives you more passive, like more passion, more interest, whether that's starting your own business on the weekend, working your way up with your little tiny business on the side, and then kind of working on your people skills, because I don't think it's there yet. And that's kind of the worst thing that has happened for you, is that you need to talk to people and they tend to think that you're kind of very ego-ish, which technically Leos aren't known for their kind of non-ego. So good luck. I hope the best for you. Work on the energy and work on your weaknesses, especially when it comes to people, but you're doing very well. Hello, Patty. Shayla says, when will Zane talk to me? I'm no contact situation. It might take a while. They're focused on what they're doing, but they're also willing to kind of make it work with you, Shayla. So they're kind of trying to take on more of that. Patty says, how is peace a feeling about me today? Vasha, I'm very sure you can. So, oh my god, Patty, there's a lot of things. So I think they want to make it work with you, or how would I explain this? They're in like a situation that they're kind of wanting to be with you, but they're kind of not, and they just have to kind of bite the bullet. And I think it's just to come towards you, because I feel like this is kind of a thing, Patty, where it's like on and off again kind of relationship, where he's like, I don't know, and you're like, oh, why don't you know? So okay, so thank you, Anastasia. Should I keep my current job in order to extend my visa? I think so, yeah. I think that it would be the best way to kind of keep your job, but also to kind of look at what would make it more creative for you, because I feel like you're a very creative person, and I think that you could take on roles within your job that give you that creativity. I would like to create an oracle of divination. What would it bring me? Interesting question. Firstly, I think that you would realize that you don't have all the answers, that you're very, 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 very young. When we connect to a higher power, whatever it is that we're connecting to is usually older than us. It's timeless. Like, one thing that we tend to forget as humans is that we think what the time is linear. Time is not linear. Time is relative. Everything is happening at the same time. Everything has no, like, when we view this, it's like everything's happening at the same time. Everything has, and time is timeless. It doesn't end. It's never going to end. It just keeps on keeping on. And when we like see that, we start realizing how small we are. This doesn't mean that energy is scary, that it shouldn't be, that it should be locked away. It's just that you have to realize that it's going to treat you kindly, but it's going to be like, oh yes, you've got so much work to do. And I think that's why you're going to understand that you have been reaching for all of these answers without actually understanding them. And when you realize the answers, you'll be like, okay, I see. It's like, how would I explain? Like, when people get, and I'm not saying that this is going to happen to you, but when people have cancer and they realize how small their lives are, how significant their lives were before they got cancer, they realize that they need to live. And when they beat cancer, they realize how precious their lives were. Thank you, Candy Ginger. It's like my nose. When there's a difference in pressure here in the house, I just like it just like clogs up my nose, clogs up my ears. It's just like I'm not allergic to anything, I swear. It's just like, just does this thing, and I hope to God I can fix it because it's annoying. Hello, Rimpy. Dlnd says, should I start my online clothing business in next 2 to 3 years? Will it be successful? Thank you very much for your insight. It's kind of weird because I feel like you might be in a space that's already kind of surrounded with other people. So it might be that if you just started, like, you know how you have diverse drop shippers and stuff like that, and everybody's doing clothing. I think also the whole idea is that you could diversify, and if you were doing fair brand clothing, so it could be that you're actually charging more for your product, but it's from fairer sources where people are getting paid fairly. They're not getting paid like a sweatshop. They're actually getting paid for their time completely. And I think when you do that, which is possibly why it's going to cost a little bit more to start it up, but I think in general you'll get more people subscribing to a brand than you will if you just opened a company that didn't have any cat thing. Okay, yes, so the list is closed now. So thank you guys, everybody, for coming. Thank you for being here. If you have come in and you're like asked a question and the list was closed already and you didn't notice, please hit the subscribe button. I'll be back on Tuesday with free readings. We are going to go towards I might in the future do the 2 hours and then have donation readings after that. If that's going to be a good thing, we'll see, because then it means that more people will be able to answer. But I've done 3 hours tonight. See you all on Tuesday. Have a good evening. Have a good night. I'm sorry about my nose. My voice has just kind of gone. So, lots of love. Bye.